All right, guys. If you made it this far, then I already know that you are determined and that you are willing to be the king of kings, right? Because that's what we're striving for. We're striving for excellence. We're not striving for mediocrity. We're not striving for, pussyography. Like we are straight we are straight up trying to be something with ourselves, all right? And this video is important for that. Finding inspiration. This video needed to be its own video, just like all the other ones that you're going to see. How do you find that? You find that by looking at yourself. Look in the mirror. And I want you guys to look in the mirror, and I want you to look exactly how I'm looking right now. Look in the mirror. Look yourself in the eye. And I want you to look at yourself and tell yourself, is this the life that I want to be living? Is this me living to my fullest potential? Do you see this? You see how I'm looking at you? I want you to look in the mirror exactly how I'm looking into this camera and ask yourself that question. Am I living the life that I want? Am I living the life like I'm living up to my full potential? Am I living up to my fullest potential? No. If the answer is no, then you need to work harder. And I'm going to say this, guys, and this is not to say to get you discouraged. This right here is to tell you this because I know what it's like. And I fight that even to this day. And you are going to continue to fight against this because you're going to say to yourself, man, is what I'm doing, does it really matter? Man, I'm stuck at this job. I feel stuck. I hate going to work. That right there is inspiration in itself because you don't want to work for anybody else. You want to continue driving forward. You want to continue to be the best version and you want to work for yourself. If you're a person and you've had good jobs like I have, and you still go to work thinking to yourself, this shit ain't it, then you're destined to work for yourself. You're destined to be an entrepreneur. You're destined to be the person in charge because you don't want to work for other people. And I think that's probably been my calling that I've ignored for a long time. I've had people tell me my whole life that I am a good speaker. I've had people tell me that my entire life, even from childhood to my adulthood, Jonathan, you are a natural leader. And I'd say to myself that, this is all good stuff. Like I feel good about that. And just telling myself that, yes, I am a natural leader. Yes, I am part of that. And I want to use those skills to continue pushing forward because I know I am not living up to the best of my ability. I'm not living up to who I should be. And if you're man enough to admit that, then you're man enough to make the changes. And that is where you find inspiration. Now, you can find it from other places too. It may be different from you. It could be your kids. It could be building your legacy for your son. It could be building a legacy for your family. It could be providing for that family. Because those are motivational things that are external because people are depending on you. And I know a lot of times people have issues with overcoming and finding motivation and inspiration because they're like, it's all about them. They're alone. And I think the guys that have the biggest struggle with this are single guys. Because most of the time I talk about, oh, man, if you're single, you ain't got no excuse to be broke, blah, blah, blah. In this case, I'm going to flip it around on you. Guys that are in a relationship, in a marriage, they actually have a little bit more inspiration to do that because they have somebody there that's going to help them get to where they want to be. That's going to be their support and say, hey, hey, honey, hey, baby, you said you wanted to do this and I want to support you. So please put down the bag of potato chips and go do your thing. You got this. Versus as when you're single, no kids, no wife, no girlfriend, nothing like that, you have the freedom to work hard, but you don't always have the external factor pushing you along unless you got good friends that are going to be there, but they're not going to be there consistently like somebody you're sharing a bed with. Do you see the difference there? So that's kind of one of the benefits for being in a relationship and having just one woman to be with, because you're going to have somebody there consistently. It's already consistent and there's not really much you can do to change that. And that's good because you need consistency, and having somebody there that's going to kind of push you and say, hey, let's get to work. You said you wanted this and I want to support you. That's inspiration in itself. But I'm telling you, but you don't need that. The only thing you need to do is look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I living up to my potential? And if the answer is no, then you already know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You just have to get up and actually go do it. Because if you don't get up and go do it, then how are you ever going to sit here and say that you actually tried? So internalize that motivation. Use that job that you're at, that you're sick of working at, as inspiration. You get into an argument with a coworker, your manager's being a dickhead. Use that. Use that anger. Use that frustration and use it to drive you forward because you want to break free. You want to break out of your chains and really start living your life, a life of abundance, a life of wealth. And you get to forge that wealth with your internal inspiration for everything that you do not want. The things you do not want your life to look like. You can make it look how you want to. Understand that. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I living up to my full potential? And if the answer is no, then you know you got work to do. All right. I'm not going to hang you up on this. Listen, guys, go back, watch all of these videos to help unlock your motivation. All of them. That's why I'm making them separate. You can do it. I know personally from firsthand experience that you can do it. You can find inspiration. And I don't want to hear in the comments talking about my life just sucks, because I promise you somebody out there has it worse than you. All right, I'll get back to you.